Hi, I'm Claude.
And I'm Clinton, and we're the lamest defenders. On this week's episode of WandaVision, there's a big reveal, so let's get to it.
We're going to cut to the end.
Hi, Thanos. We're the lamest defenders.
I don't even know who you are.
We have a small but dedicated fan base.
Be sure to visit our sponsor at BaskervilleProductions.com.
Welcome back. So for WandaVision Episode 7, we have kind of a new timeline. It's more of a modern family. I was about to say modern, but it's modern.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so it's...
Office-like intro.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought that was pretty cool,
Yeah.
just how they did everything. Basically, just starts off with Wanda being a little exhausted because she basically just expanded the hex last time.
Yeah.
So Mama needs some rest.
Yeah.
And then also there's some things within the house and around the area that is kind of wigging out because you have like a TV that switches eras, basically. It goes back into that tube mode. And then the kids' video game controllers keep messing up. And I thought it was really funny that they live in an alternate reality, but they're still playing the Wii. I mean, come on. Like, the kids should have got a PS5.
Yeah.
I mean, they can change anything, right? So, but... then I guess it continues on with basically Agnes just shows up.
Yeah, she makes an appearance, knowing that Wanda is kind of like a little tired and she needs break. Mm-hmm. So she offers to take the kids for the day. And,
Yeah.
Leads to probably one of, if not my favorite lines of the entire episode. She goes like, "Don't worry, kids, I won't bite." And then it cuts to her getting in the interview style chair, and she goes, "I did bite a kid once." And that was just like, I loved it. That was a great little moment there.
Right. And then, so from there, you also kind of get a flashback where it's basically just Darcy in Vision.
Yeah.
And so we have more Darcy, thank God. And her interaction with Vision, she's basically a carny. So
She became an escape artist from the Hex. She was just completely tied up in chains, excuse me.
like, leave her!
It was actually, I thought that was fairly comical.
Yeah.
That was pretty clever from the events from the previous episode. But Vision's talking to her. She's trying to she thinks Vision's hitting on her the entire time. And she's like, "That's okay, I'm not interested." And like, "Okay, I'll date you, but you're paying," or something like that. But it's a very odd exchange.
And really, like, the entire Vision and Darcy scenes were just exposition on Vision's backstory. And for whatever reason, they stole a van. Like, couldn't he just, like, fly her out of there? I mean, everyone is already seeing everyone's powers now. I mean, it's a big purple dildo.
Yeah. if you're going to explain how 11 years of backstory, why not do it in a van in one episode? It's great. It's fun.
Yeah.
We don't need this anymore. We're good.
And then also, it goes to Agent Wu and Monica, and basically there is a loyal sect of, I guess, sword agents. They didn't really explain that well.
Yeah, sword is broken off, I guess, in sectarian violence.
Yeah.
And there was another outpost, 8 miles out. Mm-hmm. It was such a quick scene. It's just like,
they're
it was
trying to hurry
so
up.
weird. Yeah, they're just like, all right, let's get to this. Like, you have an hour now.
Yeah. And it was funny too because they kind of just roll out a vehicle to penetrate the egg.
Yeah.
So it's literally, I realized this. It's literally the same vehicle from Armageddon, the armadillo, and that thing is going to penetrate that thing. And I just thought it was really funny. I'm like, I'm sure they do, but do they just borrow like different, like, I guess, props and stuff, and they just had this laying around for like 20 years?
The movie, the movie's like 2001, so
people
probably forgot about it.
Not me. Not me. No,
Yeah.
I'm the connoisseur of Armageddon facts and props.
He's a Michael Bay fanatic.
Yeah, I just immediately texted him. I was like, that thing was an Armageddon. So eventually, I guess Monica does penetrate the egg, and she literally just runs through like a bulldozer. And it shows like clips of her pass, and it has Carol Danvers basically saying, "Oh, you're going to be strong," blah blah blah. Yeah. So she gets through. Her genes, I guess, it's not altered. I guess her like persona or anything, she basically stays the same, and it's just one of the things where, obviously her powers are coming in, and I don't know if she just suddenly assumed, oh, I can get through it myself, and she just runs through it. So that didn't make a whole lot of sense, but she eventually does meet up with Wanda, and Wanda's reaction to that was not very positive, basically saying, oh, you're back.
Yeah, she kind of like almost does a little force choke kind of thing. Yeah. Holds her up in the air, and then she drops her, drop her, and then Monica stabilizes herself and stops herself from falling. And coming out of the bubble too, her eyes are blue, and she's kind of like got this blue aura around her. So
she went Super Saiyan. Yeah. And then that's whenever we get to see more revelations with the second big part of this, arguably the biggest portion, which revolves all around Agnes. Billy and Tommy, they're being babysat by Agnes, and then Wiccan basically just says, everywhere is really noisy, and I like hanging out with you because everything you do, you're quiet. So that's kind of ominous. Yeah.
And then that's it. Like that, we don't see the kids again for the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
That's about halfway through it, I believe.
Yeah.
It was and then it just kind of, so the big finale, big reveal is that Agnes is Agatha Harkness. Harkness. I always forget how to say that. It's a tricky word. Those
try to slip you up in darkness.
Those 2-syllable words. They get you every now and again. But she has been revealed. She's revealed to be behind it the entire time. She has a fantastic little TV song, intro song called Agatha All Along, and it is like a corny, I don't know, like 50s tune. Like it's phenomenal. It's so funny. It just kind of showed like little clips of her like affecting the world throughout the whole ordeal. And at the very end of it, she goes, and I killed Sparky too. And she's holding the dead dog.
Damn, now she is the villain for sure. Yeah.
She laughs like a maniacal.
Yeah.
A maniac, rather.
Yeah. So it finally culminates with Wanda's looking for her kids because she can't find either one of them. And she's in Agnes's house, and she goes to her pedophile basement where there's some magical book. And then you see more Agatha, and then the show ends, basically.
Yeah.
And if you're a good MCU watcher, you will realize always just stay for the credits because you never know. And it shows Monica going to the pedophile basement, and then she looks, and then all of a sudden it's Pietro. We don't know because you can't tell whether it's Quicksilver because he's got a stoner beanie on.
Yeah.
So you can't see his hair.
Fits the character on.
Right, yeah, it's perfect. So it's definitely interesting to see what's going on with that because who knows, maybe he's not being manipulated at all by Agnes, even though like in the beginning of that like montage it does show her like affecting him.
Yeah, it almost looks like she brought him alive or something. I that's so confusing. So I'm sure that will all be explained in the next episode.
Right.
But
overall, I like this episode a little bit better than the last one. I think the first half was a little bit slow, with like literally all exposition, but it started to pick up, and it's just building up for episodes, I guess, just 8 and 9.
Yeah.
So it's I'd probably give this, I don't know, probably a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7.
Stuck the landing for me.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't as good as last week, I felt, but it was also the second half really ratcheted up. Right. I really enjoyed that a lot. So episode 8 and 9 are going to be fairly intense, but I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. So that was our review for episode 7 for WandaVision, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.
Thanks so much. Stay lame.
I said bye.